All right. Hello, friends. Welcome to your full moon in Libra and 4-4 sacred foundations portal ceremony gathering. Um, I'm not really sure what planets are in the microwave right now, but they are definitely like messing with technology a little bit. I am definitely having a moment. But we're releasing and letting that go for now so that we can just be present here with this. And it's interesting, of course, always, right? Because when we think about the number four, it's like about stability and foundations, and it's about recognizing like what's not working and what is working. And for me, like literally right now, my technology is not working and it's frustrating as fuck. Um, and it's just like it almost feels like it's the universe telling me to like just to go lay down. But I've got goals and I got too much things to do. So I'm ignoring that, and I know that I'll probably regret that at another time, but that's future Anna's problem. So let's get into all of these energies because I just feel like it's a lot, right? Like this four energy is going to be grounding us. And then, of course, we've got that Libra coming in, which, yes, is going to have some grounding attributes to it because it's always looking for balance, harmony, love, beauty, reciprocity, truth within our connections, et cetera, et cetera. So, like, they kind of fuck together pretty well. But let's just get into the different layers of it because we're going to talk about this sacred foundation portal, the full moon in Libra, but we're also going to include how this 1 year and collective 5 month is kind of influencing these things as well. Now, if you want something that's more geared toward you and what might be going on for you and inside of your life, so unless you follow the collective energies in numerology, your experience could be different. So inside of my 4-4 Sacred Foundations portal guide, I actually do break that down for the individual personal years. So let's say that you're having a personal year four inside of this 4-4 Sacred Foundation portal with all these other energies. It's going to tell you kind of a little bit of a synopsis of what to expect, what could be the challenge, and specific ritual ideas for you. So make sure that you go check out that guide. And if you're watching this and you're wondering what guide, where do I get it? Those guides are reserved for my membership people only. So if you want access to that kind of level of stuff, you need to be inside of the Cosmic Glow Up Club because that's where I share the best of the best. You get to be here and join in on this ride with me, whether you're in the membership or whether you're on YouTube watching this after. But my membership people, they get first access to all of it, all of the videos, all of the things. They get to join me live in the Zoom room, and they get access to all of my beautiful guides and PDFs and things that I put together specifically for them to help them navigate these energies. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about these energies specifically. So the 4-4 portal, it is about structure. Okay. Sacred foundations, it is about structure. This is about discipline, stability, and what we are actually building in our lives. Okay. This is not what we say we want, not what we think we want, but what we actively are creating through our habits, our choices, and our consistency. So this portal is asking you like what in life can actually hold you, because manifestation is not just about receiving; it's about being able to sustain, right? And if there's anything that's going on in your life and your habits, your choices, or in your consistency that you're unhappy with, that is the moment to take a pause and to take accountability for yourself. Okay. And that's not always easy. Sometimes we want to just like stick our head in the sand about the bullshit that we just don't want to either fess up to or that we don't want to recognize, we don't want to acknowledge. And that's fine. We can have moments of that as well. But then at a certain point, once we have the awareness that it's becoming an active choice, and are those choices that are really aligned with what we truly want, need, and or desire, right? Those are things that we need to consider. The full moon energy specifically, especially when we're talking about Libra, and I already mentioned this, but balance, harmony, relationships, reciprocity, truth within your connections. So Libra is not asking what are you building, kind of like the 4-4 energy kind of would. It's asking more of like what are you building that's in alignment with your relationships, and whether that relationship is like your surrounding partnerships or whether that is the relationship with yourself, right? Because you can build a structured life that is completely out of balance, but is that what we want? That's what you need to consider, right? Because the full moon is really going to illuminate, where are you overgiving, where are you under receiving, where are your boundaries unclear or blurry, where your relationships are feeling imbalanced, and where you are out of alignment with yourself. So this isn't about judgment. This is about awareness, right? This is about taking accountability for yourself. Um, Acknowledging where you need to take accountability for yourself as well. Sorry, I'm just taking a quick look. I thought I had one of my decks that I wanted close by, but I'm not seeing it. So I'll go back to that in a moment. I'm just having a scroll moment here just because before we get into the meditation and everything, I'd like to pull a card. Um, just to see what the guys have to say, but we'll get into that. So anyway, how does this Libra energy support this 444 portal? So specifically, the Sacred Foundations portal is about structure, and Libra wants to ensure that that structure is balanced. So four is like building the container, and Libra's checking to make sure that that container is healthy. So without that Libra energy, you might be building something that's coming from more rigid thoughts, patterns, beliefs, etc. And then without the four, you could stay in the emotional awareness without making any kind of changes. Like they're working really beautifully together to create some aligned structure, some balanced commitment, and sustainable growth. Now, let's throw in this collective 1 year that we're in currently for 2026 when this is being recorded. Um, and, we know that this is a year of new beginnings, new identities, new directions, new cycles, because we just came out of a year nine, which was about a lot of ego death, ego, like identity deaths as well. So now we're like resorting, reconfiguring, refiguring it out. And this year's really asking us, like, who are we becoming? I feel in some ways, and this could just be a personal experience. You can let me know if this is your experience as well. But I personally feel like so far this year, it's just been a lot of flailing about trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing and who the fuck we are after so much change from last year. I know that that's true for me personally. And again, like depending on where you're at inside of your own numerology personal years will depend on how each of these things affect you differently. Like last year, I was in a personal year five, which is all about like turning the whole world upside down, really is what the five is about. And then this year I'm in a six. So this is about like responsibility and nurturing energy as well, right? So this is me nurturing myself to figure out who I truly am through my identities. And that could be something that you're going through as well. Could not be. Again, it really does depend on where you're at in your own cycle and numerology for your personal years as well. Um, yeah, because this 4-4 portal is like what wants to help anchor in that identity because the 1 year is starting it, but the 4-4 really wants to stable it and solidify it. Now, let's layer in this collective month five that we're in for April of 2026. And like I said, five is chaos. Like five can be very chaotic energy, okay? Because it wants change, it wants movement, and it creates instability, it creates expansion as well. And this is also important because while the four is trying to build the structure, five is trying to move things around. Okay. So this energy can sometimes feel like, when you have like a toddler at home and you're like cleaning, let's say, the living room, you got your back turned to that toddler. The toddler is going to be the five energy. Okay. Mom, you're going to be the four energy. And this toddler is behind your back, just like acting like a fucking Tasmanian devil in the room behind you. So you finally finish cleaning up one space, and then you turn around and you're like, well, fuck, now I got to clean this whole other area again because the Tasmanian devil just stormed through there, and now I need to take care of this. Right. So it can sometimes make us feel like we are pulled in like multiple directions. Like there's so much that needs to get done. It can make us feel restless, uncertain, and make us really feel like things are unsettled. And just remember that this is not necessarily a problem. This is kind of the beginnings of refinement. So, how this all works together is that the year one is creating those new identities for us, okay? The 5 month energy is bringing in change and movement. The 4 portal specifically is creating structure and foundation. And then that Libra full moon is making sure that everything is balanced and aligned. Okay. So think of this whole thing, this whole scenario as like when you are getting your tires changed and rotated, right? Because we've got our new tires on, that's the new identity. We're rotating them, that's change, that's movement. We're also considering that the tires are going to be the foundation of our car. It's what allows it to move forward. And then also doing that, we're also checking to make sure that the tires are balanced and in alignment so that your car actually drives straight, right? So it's very similar to all of that. Okay. Like you are building something new. Okay. Let's forget about that car reference for a moment. You're building something new, but everything around you still feels like it's shifting and changing, and you are still being asked to do it in a way that is balanced and aligned, right? But if we were just to take like the the summary of these energies and relate it to something very human, then it's very much like having your tires changed and rotated, balanced and aligned. Because again, we want to move forward. We want to be able to move forward. We want to be able to move in the direction that we are setting toward, right? Because if we're trying to move forward, but the car keeps drifting to the left or to the right, then we're not really moving forward. We're kind of moving sideways, right? And sideways is more of a this motion, where forward movement is more of this motion. And that's kind of what we want to be moving toward, especially in this 1 year, especially in this 4-4 Sacred Foundation portal. Okay. Now, the core invitation of this, okay, is not going to be about doing more, fixing anything, figuring things out. This is about getting really freaking clear and honest with ourselves. What are we building? What is out of balance? What needs to be strengthened? What needs to be softened? What needs to be released? Okay, because these are very important things that we need to know. So normally I would tell you to go look at your guide for more information, which I will still tell you that. But there is some information from here that I want to share with you, just in case you don't have access to the guide, because there are things here that we need to talk about specifically, because you might be confused and thinking about, okay, well, like what are sacred foundations? Like, aren't our foundations just foundations, right? And it's like, how can I define this in words? Um, Sometimes when we are creating foundations, we are just creating foundations that are temporary. These can be foundations that are just temporarily holding whatever it is that we need it to hold. Okay. Um, and sometimes we can overbuild those foundations. Okay. What these energies in particular are calling for is to recognize like what habits are draining us that we thought was a foundation, was something that carried us or something that made us feel safe. Okay, so to give you an example, a habit that I needed to release in at the end of 2025 so that I could step into 2026 more aligned with who I actually am, was I needed to quit smoking cigarettes. Like I needed to. And it wasn't just about my health. It was about so many other things that smoking cigarettes come, like the financial things around smoking, the health things around smoking. Because by December, I was 7 months into my health journey. And it's great that I worked out, lost weight, amazing, fantastic, but my lungs still felt like shit. And I knew that I couldn't walk into a collective 1 year still having that habit, right? Smoking was a foundation for me, though. It was something that held me, it was something that made me feel safe. It was something that, whether I was stressed, celebrating, or anywhere in between, it was something that would hold me. Okay, but it was a habit that drained me in multiple ways, energetically, financially, and physical health. Okay. Sometimes we create foundations of routines. These are structures, routines that we have created. And sometimes we get stuck on autopilot, right? So, what I'm trying to say here, and the differences between your foundations and sacred foundations, is sacred foundations is about building in alignment with who you actually are. It's not about necessarily doing more. It's about doing what is being called from you from within. So just consider that. And that's all I'm going to point out for here. There's like pages, like I think 2 or 3 pages that go on about like the specifics of sacred foundations versus building, overbuilding, where foundations actually begin, the real role of discipline inside of your foundation. Like there's just so much information that are inside of these guidebooks. So if you want to know more, that's where you need to be. You need to be inside of my Cosmic Glow Up Club. That's where you're going to get access to those lovely little PDFs that's going to give you all the infos that you need. Um, because I would really love if you're watching this on the replay, what I would really love is if you were to just pay attention this month, next month, maybe the month after as well. Pay attention to what kind of things and challenges that are arising for you as the portal is approaching. Because 9 chances out of 10, I'm going to bet that something kind of big, whether it's like dramatically big or subtly big, and I know that that probably feels like an oxymoron, but you'll know what I'm saying when you experience it. Um, just something pivotal always happens in and around these portals. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to relate to whatever the portal is talking about. Okay. So if you want to be more in tune with that, you want to be more aware of that, you want to have more information, you want to have more knowledge, you want to be prepared with what to expect, then the guides are really where it's going to be at. The downloadable PDFs that you can get. Okay. I'm just going to take a brief pause. Okay. And in the recording, you won't even notice. But I'm going to take a quick pause so that I can find the deck that I would like to pull a card from. And then we are going to move into the meditation inside of the guide as well. I have a full ritual that is laid out for my people to do because this is a 4/4 portal that is going to be very highly focused on the elements in the 4 directions. And there's a whole thing there for you guys, as well as journal prompts. So all of that, I would like for my members who are watching this to take care of that at any time. The opening of the portal actually began yesterday. And I know today is not 4/4 at the time of this recording. This is actually April 2nd. However, you can start working in your guide, start working in the rituals, start working those journal prompts now so that you're prepared if you have the time, capacity, space to do so. Otherwise, this portal does remain open for you to work with it until the 11th. So at this point right now, where we are standing, you have 9 days to go through the PDF to pick out what makes more sense for you. I'm not telling you that you have to do all of the things. I'm just saying that it is important that you take a look through, see what makes sense for you. If you want to do all of the things, great. If it doesn't make sense for you to do all of the things, but there's specific things that are being called to you, amazing. Do those. Yeah. Okay. I'll be right back. All right. I am back. So I'm just gonna light my candle here. I definitely like feeling some amped energies today. It's probably a combination of full moon and 4/4 stuff coming in. So I'm choosing to burn my Palo Santo candle right now because like I need some good vibes to come in here right now. Like I really just I need that in this moment. So that's what I'm gonna work with while I do the card pull and the guided meditation for you guys. So I'm just gonna let that come in. Okay, so the deck that we're working with for the portal in this full moon is the Gateway of Light activation. This is my favorite for doing any kind of portal card pulls. Like it always seems to be like spot on, chef's kiss. Fucking love it. All right, so let's just see what the guides and spirit have to say specifically about this portal and maybe just something we needed to know or maybe some advice. I mean, some advice would be great. So I'm going to call on the guides, the Ascended Masters, and the spirit team of anybody watching this, whether they are live or on the replay. We're just going to ask the guides to Present us with a card that will maybe give us some words of wisdom, some advice, or just something that we need to know about these specific energies. Full moon in Libra, this 4-4 sacred foundation, the collective 1 year, the collective 5 month, just all of the things combined. What do we need to know? Please and thank you. And let's see what they give us here. All right, this is the one. This is the one. Okay. All right. So we've got the angelic frequency card, and it says, Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. Look at that. And you just look at it. You just look at that. It's interesting and beautiful, and I love it. I love all of these like they look like just straight beams of light, but honestly, like there's like codes and stuff that are written in those strands as well. It's super cool. I love this deck. Kyle Gray's amazing. I love it. But let's see what the book has to say about this because I feel like there's a really important message inside of the book itself that needs to be shared. So let's see what that is. Okay, so it says the angelic frequency is the energy of the angels and the angelic kingdom, which is aligned to service, devotion, authenticity, and love. When this frequency comes to us, it's because the gateway of our heart has aligned with it. We've essentially become an angel upon earth. Angels are the heartbeats of Source. And so when we're in touch with the angelic realm, we're also connected to the heart of God. This card features a being of light. The streams of light surrounding it are angelic frequency pouring down to light up our life. This image also unlocks our soul memories of our guardian angel. Before we were in this life, we danced across the midnight sky, and as the universe follows the law of attraction, our angel was attracted to us because our likeness was also in them. So we became connected, and since then, our angel has been with us through every lifetime and every experience. So your specific message here is angels are drawing close at this time. So be open to signs and synchronicities that confirm this. It's important for you to know that through your actions, choices, and service, you have upgraded your spiritual connection and your frequency. Rejoice, for you may be rewarded with abundance and blessings at this time. And you have been making choices that are not just for your own greater good, but for that of all those around you. Your guardian angel is with you now, helping you remember your infinite power and potential. Reach for the stars and trust that all the efforts you have been making, both internally and externally, will bring blessings and opportunities. The path you are on is aligned to your highest good, and the support you need is there for you. You are cherished by angels. Okay. So, like, immediately, what I understand from this is just it feels like this is just a message of support, because if you are anything like me and you've dealt with a lot of endings, closure, whatever in 2025, and now you feel like you've been flailing, floating, a little unsure, feeling like identity less, like no identity, confused, just unsure and unstable. I feel like what's coming through with this card is just a reminder that the angels are with us, we're being supported, and to call on them. And especially when we're in really high vibrational portals such as this, like the full moon and the 4-4 kind of comboing together, layering together in this beautiful way. Because like last night, April 1st was the actual full moon. And yesterday, April 1st, is also when the 4-4 portal began to open. So like both of these things happening at the same time can feel overwhelming, can feel like there's a lot that's being brought to the forefront. But this is the reminder that the angelic team is with you. And if you want to connect with your guardian angel just for further assistance, then it sounds like, according to the cards, that this is a time to be reaching out, to be asking for help. Just remember, and I'm just going to leave you with this before we get into the meditation, is just remember that we have something called free will, and our angels cannot step in and intervene without us inviting them in and asking for help. So don't forget to ask for help. And the only time that they will intervene, and I know that this contradicts exactly what I just said, but the only time that they will intervene, because they will sometimes, and the only time that they will intervene is when it's a matter of life or death. So know that if the angels are intervening, that there is a very specific reason for that if you haven't invited them in. So also have an awareness of that. All right, friends, let's get into the meditation so we can just connect to our higher selves, our angels, our guides, whatever it is that we need through these energies. And we're going to connect with the energy of Libra. We're going to connect with the energy of Sacred Foundations. We're going to connect to all of those things. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just to get comfortable wherever it is that you are, whether you're sitting down, laying down, whatever it is, and just start taking some nice big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth and just really settle into where you are. And I'm just going to go ahead and get some beautiful frequency music going. So we just have a little something in the background as we do this. Beautiful. So just breathing in through the nose, slow, out through the mouth. Just really letting the body settle, letting it soften, letting it release whatever it needs to in this moment. And just as you are breathing, I want you to notice this beam of white light that is shooting down from the universe. This beam of white light is encompassing all of you, of your physical body, and of your energetic field, however large or small that may be. And if you notice that that white light is very concentrated and close to you, then that means that your energetic field is very close to you as well. And sometimes that can feel very suffocating. So we're going to just take a moment right now to expand that field if you feel safe to do so. Because I know for me, my energetic field feels very close right now and it's creating some anxiety. I need to expand and stretch that field outwardly. So when you take your next big deep breath in, you're going to take in that white light that's surrounding you. It's coming into the body, it's purifying, it's cleansing. And on your exhale, you're going to see, sense, or know that your energetic field is expanding out around you. It's growing bigger and bigger with each breath, with each exhale. It's going to expand and grow until it feels like you cannot expand or grow it any further. And know that you're allowed to take up as much space energetically as you wish, as feels safe, as feels good to you. So just expanding that space out. Maybe it's just a couple of feet around you. Maybe it's spreading out to the entirety of the room that you're sitting in. Maybe the energetic field is going to expand to the entirety of your home. Maybe it'll expand out to the entirety of your neighborhood, your community, your city, your state, province, your country. You can expand it out as big as the world, as big as the universe. Take up as much space in your energetic field as you'd like. Just create that space between your physical body and your energetic field. I don't know about you, but I already feel so much lighter with that expansion. Beautiful. You are feeling good in your body. And you can bring your breath back to its normal rhythm. If you're still experiencing some feelings of anxiousness or unsettledness, continue to expand that energy field. And know that that energy field is completely protected. Your energy field has a filtration system on it. Maybe you need to take a moment to visualize that. But your filtration system on your energetic field is something that will kind of put things through a process first. So if this is positive, good vibe energies, it will be welcome into the energetic field. If it is not of the highest good or of negative energies, then it's going to bounce right off of that filter. Beautiful. And whenever you're ready, just bring your breathing back to its normal rhythm, breathing in and out of the nose. Beautiful. Now, I want you to begin to like feel your physical body. Feel where it is supported. So, like if you are sitting down, notice how supported you are in your seat. If you are standing, notice how supported you are in your feet. If you are laying down, just notice how supported you feel throughout the entire backside of your body. Let yourself become heavy, and not heavy in the way of heavy with emotion, but just the density of your 3D meat suit. It's dense, it is heavy, but that heaviness is what lets ourselves become grounded. Now imagine roots extending from your body. You can see that as from your roots, which is at the base of your spine, or you can see them coming out of the bottoms of your feet, whatever you're feeling more called to. You're going to imagine those roots extending down into the earth, deep into the soil, slowly anchoring, slowly stabilizing. And with each breath that you are taking, the roots are growing deeper, stronger, more connected. You feel supported. You feel held. For some of you, that may feel like peace. For some of you, it may feel foreign. That's okay. Just ride whatever is coming to you in this moment. Now let's bring our awareness to the heart space. If you feel called to it, you can put your hands on your heart space or you can just leave them down at your sides, whatever feels best to you. I want you to gently ask yourself, what am I building in my life right now? Don't force an answer and don't allow the shoulds, coulds, or whatever's come into your mind. But what do you truly feel aligned with that you are building in your life right now? And like, just really ask yourself, like, does this feel balanced? And just notice what comes up. No judgment, just being an objective observer of the experience, just accumulating some awareness. And if something does feel off, just simply acknowledge that. You don't need to fix it, you just need to see it. Now I want you to imagine a soft light above your head. And this light is going to represent clarity, balance, and alignment. You're going to allow this light to slowly move down into your body, starting at the top of your head, moving down to your forehead, behind the eyes, behind the mouth, down into the throat, down into your heart, into your abdomen, into your reproductive systems, down through your legs, your feet. As this light is filling you, it is also filling your heart. Feel it creating that balance within, that balance between giving and receiving, doing and resting, structure and flow. I'm just going to take a quick moment here and give you a little light code activation to alter the DNA just to help you move through this a little bit more easily and maybe get some more clarity on the balance that you need to create in your life. Yesta kayana stayishti hayana yadayano ayatesti tirana iakrata stayishtina iafaramai kiaturiamai atiana ishta parata Kuniamayan istayataka kianamoyan arakiyat. Beautiful. And just sit in these codes for just a moment and allow it to absorb into your body. You may notice symbols that maybe you have seen or haven't seen before. Just allow them to do what they're going to do. You may notice them implanting themselves into your energetic field or maybe even your physical body. And if it feels good and it feels aligned, then allow it to be. Beautiful. Now I want you to bring your awareness back into your roots. Feel them again. Feel them in their strength and their stability and the anchor that it's providing for you. And now I want you to ask yourself, what is one thing I'm ready to stabilize? Just let the answer come. Don't try to force it. And it may not even come to you in this moment. It may come to you later, and that's okay. Just hold it in your awareness that the answer is either going to reveal itself, or if it already has, just hold it in your awareness of what that is. Now I want you to gently say to yourself these affirmations. I build with intention. I create with balance. I anchor what supports me. Take one nice big deep breath in through the mouth and exhale very slowly out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Exhaling very slowly. And slowly begin to bring your awareness back into your physical body. You're going to begin with wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. And only when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Now, my recommendation for you after this is a few things. You're going to want to drink a lot of water. Okay. You're going to want to rest if it feels called. But before that, grab your journal book or piece of paper, and if you had any kind of experience or awareness or aha or anything of that nature, take a moment to write that down so that you don't forget. Okay. And I'm just going to leave you with these parting words. This portal, full moon, these energies, it's not about doing more. It's about seeing clearly and choosing what you are ready to hold and choosing what you're ready to let go. Choosing what foundations have been created in chaos or maybe even survival. And now you've outgrown those foundations, and it's time to remove yourself from temporary foundations that brought temporary stability. Because that stability is not with you any longer through these energies. You may be feeling a little flipped upside down. I get it. I get it. It's hard to navigate that sometimes. But also, we just need to let ourselves experience whatever this human is going to experience and just ride the waves that come along with that. But we can do it intentionally with help and guidance from our angels and our team. Just don't forget to invite them in. Okay, friends. Thank you so much for joining me here. And again, just parting words. If you want access to the guide, you want access to the Zoom room, you want to be here live so that after the recording is done, you can sit and have a chat with me about what you experienced, about what happened with you. That only happens for the people in the Zoom room. Okay. Same with the guides. That only happens for the people in the group. So if you want the guide, you want the Zoom room, you got to join the group. So if you want information about that, please let me know. You can go to the link in my bio. I think I have my link tree posted pretty well everywhere. So if you're watching this replay, either you saw it posted on Facebook or you saw it on YouTube or wherever you may have found this, look for my link tree link. It should be in my bio of all of my platforms. And there will be a spot there for you to apply to join the Cosmic Glow Up Club. So it is called inside there, it's called your daily energy reset and expansion space. That is the Cosmic Glow Up Club. That's where the application form is if you want to join. And all of the details and infos that you're going to need is all in there. So again, thank you so much for joining, for watching. If you stayed for the whole thing, I appreciate you. Give yourself a moment of self-gratitude for taking this time for you, because that is incredible. I know how valuable our time is. And if you specifically chose to be here with me, then that means so much to me. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, whenever it is that you're watching this, and take care. And just remember to be gentle with yourself. These energies are not easy to navigate. And do what you need to do to feel, just to feel. Okay? Sending you all so much love. Until next time, namaste.